Okay. The next question is there is a junction between two neurons. What is the name of this junction called? What is this? Synapse. Synapse. Okay. Draw the arrow to show the direction of impulse. Hmm. To the relay neuron. Okay. The distance between two neurons is shown as this. State this one in micrometer. How to convert millimeter into micrometer? Millimeter into micrometer multiply by 1000. It's a smaller unit, so you need to multiply. So let's move 1, 2, and 3. So it would be 0 point. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Shall I multiply it? Was saying 0 point. Why my 3 points are not like justified? 0 point. How many zeros are there? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it was 0 0.03. 0.03. Okay, nicotine is a chemical found in a cigarette smoke. A molecule of nicotine has a similar shape to a molecule of neurotransmitter. Suggest and explain the effect of nicotine at the junction between neurons. Now, this sentence need to be kept in mind, okay, while answering. Hmm. Correct, correct. It binds to the protein. Receptor on the postsynaptic neuron. How many marks are there? Three. Okay, we have given 1 point. What is the second point? Okay, generates, that's the last process. Now, generates an electrical impulse. Okay, you have mentioned that nicotine bind to the protein receptor. What is the effect on the receptor then? Got blocked. Simple. Huh. Because your neurotransmitters are not going to be attached then. If nicotine is over there, the neurotransmitters cannot attach to the receptors. So receptors got blocked for neurotransmitters. Definitely it would generate. Hmm. Exactly, exactly, exactly. But definitely won't act the same way as the other is acting. It would be different. The response would be different. Okay? Lake Washington in the USA is a large freshwater lake. Between 1941 and 1963, there is an increased amount of untreated sewage polluted the lake. Suggest and explain the effect of this untreated sewage on the lake system, ecosystem. Now, it's related to ecosystem. You have to give terms related to that. Mean there are many nutrients or okay, microorganisms. Okay, microorganisms. Hmm. 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 Okay, it can produce certain type of disease, but wait, you have to tell answer according to ecosystem. I'm talking about ecosystem. That's why I mentioned the nutrients and more microorganisms. I tell you, wait. Okay, it contains lots of washing powder, lots of soaps, okay, lots of other chemicals. So definitely more nutrients, not for us, but for other things that are present in the lake ecosystem. For example, if there are more nitrates, then there will be more growth of alga that would lead to eutrophication. So the whole process would be included now. Now answer. Hmm. Correct, correct. And what is the effect on that, of that on ecosystem? Hmm. Correct, correct, correct. Then, hmm, hmm, same growth. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. And what about if there are more bacteria then? Hmm. There would be more decomposition. Hmm. Hmm. Ah, correct. This is how you answer it. When it's related to ecosystem, stay focused on what happens in the ecosystem related to the, like, the plant life or animal life. Okay. So the suggestion is that there would be eutrophication, and explanation is that there would be more nutrients, or you can say there more nitrates or phosphates are present, which increases the growth of alga, or there would be algal bloom. As a result, there would be more decomposition. The bacteria are going to fed uh, on the matter, organic matter, let's say, and there would be reduced oxygen due to, which leads to the death of many animals. You there? Wait, I'm resharing my screen. Yeah, reshared. Okay, okay. Next thing is, I hope it is reshared. Okay, next a graph is given, and it's written the water transparency is a measure of how far light travels through a light. Okay, and transparency is more in 2005. Okay, calculate the percentage increase in the water transparency between 1957 to 1968. Get their final values, just subtract them. Okay, it would be like initial minus final, or final minus initial divided by initial multiplied by 100. There is a pet formula of calculating the percentage increase or decrease. Wait, is it 5? No, it's 0.8. I guess it's 8. There are 4 boxes. 2.2. 2.2 divided by 0.8, 275%. Okay. So since there is an increase and there is a positive signs, so we usually do not put positive sign. But whenever there is some decrease, you have to mention negative sign. Okay? If this is very, very important. If there is decrease, so there is an increase, that's why we are not putting any sign. But if there is a fall, you need to put minus sign. Okay? Okay, there are two type of fish or three type of fish, and they have different structure. They have different armor plates basically. Okay, how the distribution patterns of armor plate on the skin of three spine stickleback have changed over time is given over here. The low number of armor plates, the species number would have decreased over time, while if we talk about the other two, it they increased over time, and this one is constant between the year 1975 and 2005. Okay, let's move to the question. Use the information given in table 4.1 to describe how the distribution pattern of armor plate have changed over time. You have to give me the data here, and now in 2005 is 16%. You can mention that as well. Okay. Okay, the next question is the armor plates on the skin of three spine stickleback protected from the predator. How the process of natural selection may have caused these changes. Now you have to give the process of natural selection, like whole natural selection. Hmm. Okay, what causes the natural selection? Let's start with the start. What causes the natural selection? Mutation or variation? Wait, mutation or variation in DNA or variation in DNA sequence. Okay. And how does this passed on to generations? They reproduce, okay. Then favorable alleles would pass. Correct, correct. Okay. Now this is the whole process. Now put this process on this one table. Okay. Now many armor plates have been uh, there in 2005 as compared to 1957. Why do you think so? They have passed on for like in a greater percentage. Okay, there is a mutation or variation in DNA which causes a change in the number of plates. There are more number of plates, and why they are needed, it's mentioned, I guess, uh, to protect them from predators. Yeah, it's written. Hmm. No, 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 no. No, that is for the like whenever you talk about the competition between the organisms. Exactly. Hmm. Hmm. If it's natural selection, but if it's by human, then select two breeds with the favorable properties or characteristics. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay. And why do you think so? There are armor plates. Correct. Hmm. Correct. Favorable allele. Huh. Allele. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. You can say that or nahi bhi kehte to that. So fine. Till here the process is okay. So we have mentioned that there is a mutation or variation in the species which enables it to protect themselves from the predators. There are more number of plates, so they are better adapted for the environment or they fit better in the environment. Okay, because natural selection is basically the survival of fittest. Okay, so these species would reproduce and passed on the favorable allele to the next generation. Over after like many generations, the species would have a better allele or better characteristics. Okay, here is a phoromicrograph of a central part of the root. What is the inner part and what is the outer part, and what is xylem is the inner part and phloem is the outer part. So K is xylem and J is phloem. What is this collectively called? What is L? Vascular bundle. Okay. So J is xylem, phloem, vascular bundle. Suggest two ways in which the characteristic of a cell in tissue K will differ from a cell in tissue J. Okay, in such questions where difference is being asked, you have to give importance to the first term, whatever is used. So here you have to give the differences with reference to K. Okay? Hmm. Wait, K is xylem. Oh wait, I've written it oppositely. Wait, K is xylem. K is the inner one. I've written it oppositely. Okay, start. And what about? Correct. Yes, yes, C plates. No. Yes. No, no. You just have need to know the name. Okay, C plates basically increases the pressure. Okay. Hmm. Correct. Xylem vessels are lignified while the phloem is not lignified. Not lignified. Correct. Okay. Next question is outline the function of tissue J. Now, J is phloem. What is the function of phloem? And it's a 4 mark question. Correct. 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 Hmm. Hmm. It would be same. Importance is also like function. Role is also function. Okay. This flow is Hmm. Hmm. Wait. Method, mostly method is asked in, okay, or structure is asked in the description. Function, role, importance, purpose, these all are functions. Okay. Features, structure, like what else? Characteristic, what else can be there? Or how they look like, these all are included in structure. Name the type of response by a plant when it grows down into the soil. Gravitropism. We can also say it's a positive gravitropism because they are growing into the soil, right? Explain how this response shown by the plant root is necessary for the leaves to grow and to appear green. Now, again, okay, function is asked. How? Wait. First of all, they absorb water and mineral ions. Okay. You can tell. You can tell. It's your choice. You can tell. Hmm. By active transport. Correct. Hmm. Good. Correct. Glucose is perfectly fine. Glucose is produced in photosynthesis, which is required for energy. Okay, how many marks are there? Four. Give me any one other point. One more point. Magnesium. Hmm. Hmm. Which give us a which give us green color. Okay. Now we have written the 4 points. Since they have mentioned this green color, so you need to mention that magnesium is there. Okay. And if we talk about the growth, then in growth we have to mention nitrates. Okay, because nitrates make proteins and proteins help in the growth. Okay, these 2 points are very, very important. That is fine. That is fine. But since the question is on growth and green, then we have to mention these two. Okay, so we need to like it's not that hard. You just need to look at the statement of the question from what is being asked. Okay, next question. I hope will be able to complete this. Okay. Figure 6.1 shows the pattern of the result of investigation for the effect of increasing light intensity on the rate of photosynthesis. So, okay, at which point it's becoming constant? Okay. Wait, wait. You have to give me the value of light intensity. Yeah, I hope it's 19. Yes. Okay. No, it's 19. It's 19. Draw and explain the pattern of result. Okay. Simple. You have to give one line for description. What is the general pattern? And give one reason for the general pattern. Hmm. 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 You have to mention AU. AU. Give the unit. Hmm. No, the rate of photosynthesis increases. Hmm. Hmm. What is not a limiting factor? Light is not correct. The investigation was okay. Yes, we need to mention that it increases with increase in the rate of photosynthesis increases with increase in the light intensity till 19 AU, and after this light would won't be the limiting factor. Simple. Or it becomes constant and you can tell that. We have to give oh wait, we have to give the value from 20 to 30. So we would say that the rate of photosynthesis becomes constant and light is not a limiting factor over here. Okay? So we have to give value from here till here. Okay, the investigation was repeated for the increased concentration of carbon dioxide. Draw a curve to show this. What would you think? Would there be more photosynthesis or less photosynthesis if there is a more carbon dioxide? More photosynthesis. So how would you draw a line? Hmm. That is for some other thing. Okay, there would come a point when carbon dioxide would also become limiting. Okay? Mm, zero? Haha. It should be there. Okay. We need to. We need to. We can even increases the slope. Wait, we can. Oh, ho. That's why I wasn't drawing because it would create two, three more lines. So I started from there. Okay, you can do this. Like start from the origin. Origin would definitely be same. Move a bit up higher. You can go like this. Okay. Wait, this should be, but it would be higher. Next question. What is the name of product of photosynthesis? Outline the uses of glucose. Many. Correct. Wait, wait, wait. Rephrase this sentence. Glucose converted into sucrose. Hmm. Hmm. Phloem. Okay. Hmm. Correct. No, 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 no. You can just say that it would make cellulose. That is an important component of cell wall. Okay. What else can be there? It can make nectar. Hmm. It can make proteins with the help of nitrates. Glucose with nitrates make proteins. That helps in growth. Okay? Wait. Pollination. No, 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 no. Attract insects for pollination. Then we can skip this. But this is not a named carbohydrate protein. It's also not a named carbo. But we can say that glucose combined with nitrate. Then we can say that they make protein. Glucose with nitrate. We can skip this. Good point, by the way. Uh, okay. Glucose can also form chlorophyll with magnesium, but there would be a multiple reaction, but they can form chlorophyll as well. Okay, what else can be there? Okay, last point is the glucose, that one, chlorophyll one. Easy question. Blanks. DNA carries genetic information in the form of genes. DNA contains the chemical elements called as, oh sorry, named phosphorus and nitrogen. Two strands of DNA coil together to form a double helix. Each strand, each strand of made up of a chain of dash bond, nucleotide bond between the pairs. The base pair will always be in the same way. T with T with A. Explain how genetic modification is used to, and you have to give the whole process of genetic modification. Wait, wait. How the genetic modification can be used to change the function of an enzyme? Okay, you have to give the genetic modification and then how it changes the function of enzyme. I mean, you have to relate it with the, I guess, active site of enzyme as well. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. For a certain protein or a specific enzyme. Hmm. Correct. Okay. New base sequence would result in, sorry, would result in new protein, a new protein or enzyme. Is it so? Okay. Then, um, join. Let's switch to active site. Stick to active site. Hence, the active site changes. Okay. Okay. And how does it affects the function on the different substrate? Complement. It would be complementary to a new substrate and won't be able to bind to the previous substrate. Correct. We have given all the points. Hmm. 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 Okay, what are the factors that can cause genetic modification? What are the causes of mutation? Radiations. And there are certain chemicals. Hmm. You have done that in smoking, tar. Okay, they can also cause the mutation. Okay, so we are done with the paper.